Well, if you say we God, where we supposed to be at? We're supposed to be out there against harm that, so we can show and prove and make sure we make everything civilized that's out there. I got a call from an individual. I admit I was born before, and I told the brothers in regards to we had a Zoom meeting. I told the brothers that I got a call from the guard downtown. It's because they told me that it was a sister that worked at the Lindsay administration who was 80 years old, named Harriet Taylor. She was being harassed by some gangbangs, right? Crips, that's what they did something. So I went out there to Medina, out there in East New York, and I went out there to go see them. In the process of all that, the reality to it is, they looked at the point where I looked at it, Sid Davis as not just a land developer, he's also a lawyer in regard to dealing with Mayor Eric Adams and Reverend Al Sharpton. He just wanted to see what we still out there, but we still out there in the street. So when I went and called him up, I was letting him know the reality to it. Now, the reality to it is, I need some type of assistance in regard to trying to get individuals, not just a job, but being gainfully employed. Being gainfully employed to the point where the individual can have not just a job, but have a pension, have some benefits. They can sit out there and say they can do something constructive within themselves, not just for them, but also in the community. And when you got knowledge of something, that's what I told them. Somebody said, you got knowledge of it. You got knowledge of it when you spend time by your goddamn self. That's when you sit down, you might start talking to yourself. You might start answering yourself. Here we got the message in regards that we deal with, in regards to understand that they do some message. But we know February 20, 1934, that was the answer. That was the answer. The best thing I would like to how we could do when we start answering the question from Farad. For us, I told brothers before, you just got to go out there and show and prove where you at and what you do. But now it comes to the point that I want to bring another issue up in regards to dealing with the Son of Man. I heard individuals talking about the Son of Man. Alright? When Jaqui had passed, it was going to be a few of that matter of fact that went to his kingdom. It was myself, it was Merciful, it was Sia Will, when he was there, it was also ABG, it was also Shamgar, it was also another God. The reality, the reason I'm bringing that up is the fact that I see on a consistent basis, it brought to my attention my brother here in the nation that told me in regards to that they wanted to deal with bringing back the Son of Man. Then we have brothers, Asiatic Buddha, I heard out here still selling the Son of Man. Anytime somebody comes to you, make sure they show and prove. A lot of brothers, when they sell something, keep it simple, they want to make some money. I don't know if he knows that. I don't know if he got to understand what a lot of talk. But the reality to what I'm trying to say, the fact is this. Father, Son, and Man, it's incorporated. It's incorporated to the point where I'm trying to say it's the IRS. So if anybody comes out there and talk about they're selling anything under the Son of Man, the reality for me, I had a different way of doing it. When my brother told me, yo, Father, you know what we gonna do, we take their ass to court. We keep it simple, we civilize. So I'm saying that to say this. The main things I told brothers in regards to no matter where you at, what you bring to the table in regards as far as talking about legislation right here, I wanted to make sure to see who was out there, who was really out there teaching. I mean, I hear a lot of brothers talking about the money and the finance and so what's going on. Yeah, okay, peace. Yeah, we gotta have some gold. But we gotta have a goal too. GOAL. Let's see what we really doing when it comes to the institution of higher learning. That's why when I gave that the Schomburg Library, I said the battlegrounds for the institution of higher learning. I said that because I didn't want brothers around me walking around wearing their degree on their sleeves. That's what I was seeing. That's what I was seeing. I wouldn't be hearing about no Isaac Newton told me about gravity or Einstein, talking about relativity and MC equals squared, all that sort of piece. But the reality to it is mathematics, our language. Our language is supreme mathematics, supreme confidence. That's how we try to say all that we speaking about when we come amongst one another and brothers keep talking about the devil. Yeah, let's be know how to get to his mentality as far as knowledge of. So Allah said, when brothers ask the question, understand the born within themselves, brothers were saying with this. I remember him one time said he had a conversation with AB and Prince. And asked what the deep mean about, you know, in regards to why the God made devils. And Allah told them, I ain't make no devils. There ain't no unrighteousness in me. So once you keep going back to that, I don't want to hear that. So I tell brothers this one consistent basis. Because Muslims are the ones that get caught out there to the point where saying, okay, you know what? You say y'all put this on, you know, year 8,400 takes the devil, okay, so that's 9,000. So the 6,000 years being blind up the devil is from the Bible taken from the 9,000 years to the 15,000 years. We ain't going on that. We worship religion. We need to sit down and respect others that's religious, but yes, we're not religious. So my whole thing, like I said before, prior to me, I make my friends, I want to come down here because every day at the equality hour, I always go through the lesson with a lot of the youth out there because I told them on a consistent basis. And I say this over and over again. When I say that, I'm a 5%, so when the law came in 67, I wasn't there. I ain't met Allah. However, I made my business to the point that anybody that was saying they was the first time born over there was short, I want to go ahead and understand. I want to make sure I was all the degrees in the business to make sure they was right and exact. When brothers see me on a consistent basis be around our brother AB, believe me, I went to him because I want to see was he going to lie to me. I tried to challenge him. He told me at a law, but so a lot of brothers go to Harvard Prep and said to him, they wanted him to go teach. This is why we hear brothers, whether it be I-God, Law B, Colleen, or whoever, say he taught him. So here we got the National Treasure as far as that building, but the site is the perfect place for a thing. But the site ain't nothing that's not and one creating positive thing. That person that's our National Treasure right now is the last and the first time born, is ABG number 7, Allah. Whether y'all want to accept it or not, the main thing I told him, make sure we come here, let's see what brothers is at. See what happens if they listen to you. Make us walk and talk, we ain't got to idolize him. There's plenty things he told me that I looked at to the point I kept saying, one time I looked at the brother and I kept saying, you know what, you say your father, listen, you know, they from being going out there trying to have bodily harm on an individual. So to keep it simple, when you teach brothers that's incarcerated, you got to keep it simple with it. If you kill everybody, who you going to teach? Keep it simple. You know what I'm saying? I asked a brother the other day that told me he was out there selling drugs. I said, you sell drugs to the baby, 2 years old? He said, no. I said, you sell drugs to somebody 22 years old? He said, yeah, that's not good. I said, well, you ain't going to sell drugs to the baby, but you're going to sell it to the baby maker. Does that make sense? So I'm saying that to say this, bro. Listen, when we come here, I love the fact that we come here and when we say anytime we're going to see a law, oh, we have to do something together. I was thinking, brothers, sometimes brothers, we want to see. So we want to understand it. We want to understand that individuals know that we come together, we do a little check and balance of what kind of understanding the brothers are speaking about when they start talking about they out there showing improvement in regards to people they can use and wherever they live at, as far as their home, their school, where they work at. We're going to see whether or not somebody's showing improvement because we're going to judge a fruit tree by the fruit that it is. But our group that we are, as a matter of fact, that's what stop all individuals from being argumentative. You see we back mathematics. So one thing that I told brothers from before is the fact that I said, okay, it was peace. And I told my brothers, go down there and speak to David off, sit David off. But at the same duration of time, I went down there too, but I told my brothers, you know, they wanted to speak to me only because they said my name was mentioned. My name was not mentioned because I don't talk about that too. I told them about the whole planet Earth is my home. However, I'm interested, but I'm not being committed to that. But the reality too, I told them, I said, the only reason they called me is at the same duration of time, like I said before, is the fact that I understand what I was speaking about. There wasn't no guards that went down here. It was just myself, as far as it's going to be from the union. And at the same time, I was telling them, how people need jobs. I'm not necessarily somewhere to take people productive tonight. So, you know, aside from that, I want to be conscious of mindful I go to my line so we have some amount of time and we got to come up there and everybody has an opportunity to let them speak. You know what I'm saying? That everybody here is great. And I told brothers, I see myself and you know what you see yourself in me. That's what they want to say. But the same thing, another thing I appreciate this fact. Everybody knows me as far as between me and brother out there in the youth. There's been a lot of individuals. At the same duration of time, Father Supreme. Everybody see me out there say, Father Supreme out there with the youth. A lot of them know me as being the boxing. I told individuals, you can't come to my show. I told individuals, I said, what I started seeing lately is that I had a lot of individuals out there, you know, back in the better word, hard expression of we on the video, a lot of punk ass individuals. I said, let me for real out there. You gotta see themselves in before you just sit there and say, you can teach without being there with no pillow talk. You want them to be the next scientist, the next lawyer, the next, whatever the case may be. But at the same time, it's going to take this time and speak to the nation. But I want them to plan on doing this also, since they know me from putting up boxing rings in your community and making sure I have individuals that come by and make sure it's constructive. Because I told brothers, they got something to talk about guns down, life. I said, no, I said, my mind, I said, guns down, hands. There ain't nothing like somebody know how to take care of themselves. So the first time I had to show them to my individual, I told individuals, the first time I had to go out there and speak to them, I was in the military, I was in service. And I ain't dropping out a lesson going, no, the first lesson I teach somebody, oh, ain't no smart. I'm down there in Kentucky, I'm down there in Georgia, I'm down there in South Carolina. You know the first thing you talk about, ain't no smart, ain't no fight. I hear brothers tell me how they got kicked out of the house. I wasn't, you know, I had no situation with that, but I'm saying as far as going out there teaching, you got to be through where they at. You got to be brothers out there, they ain't got knowledge stuff. Even if they come to always to tell you, they open to hear what you got to say, or give you what you got, the reality, then you're going to be something that you're going to take it personal, like you talk about, let's talk about understand. But the reality is, that's what you got to do. When I know they called me out there in the military, they told me, they said, listen, I had to fight him. What are you fighting for? He said, the Muslim? I said, no, I'm not a Muslim. I wasn't submitting to the law. I am the rule of law. And just so I know, he whooped my ass. When we choked, when he went to prison, he said, listen, are you gonna relax down? I said, no, you gotta kill me. He looked at me and told everybody else, he said, look, everybody respect this man like he was fine. And the South go forth, and the South go back, nobody said nothing about his fault. When I was teaching home, we were teaching the video. And I did the same thing, not necessarily in the free side, on the military, even in the ticket side. But I keep looking at that over the uniform, and he said, if I was down to the North Underwater, there were people who filed for baby dogs, and they said, not like that. I know that road. Now, I couldn't look it up, because the Lord knows he was dead. But I told her, when the brothers incarcerated, I got one question. One question. I always say, I told her, a couple of those before that deal with type, and that's good. However, the big picture on basic trials, I got one question. If a person is incarcerated, can they vote?
Yes, they can vote.
Okay.
In certain states.
Okay, in certain states. The whole planet Earth is our home. I told the brother that was going to death row, I told him, listen, what you got to do is teach. I said, brother, listen, let me explain something to you. Brother told me to go across the street. I said, the main thing the problem with the 5% nation is drugs and alcohol. Brother locked up told me, oh, that's not my problem across the street. I said, smile, this cell block get high. He said, yeah. I said, that's your problem. I said, the bottom line, so all you got to do is go out there, they got family members that want to see you free. Well, if you want to free the dump in the state of other lands about themselves, start teaching that. So in essence, what I said to say this, we got a lot of power in institutions writing this act. At the same time, is the truth that we got in there, is let individuals go be accountable for what they say and also what they do, and that's the equality. And then you see us showing through the whole what we are. Having said that, I want to say peace.
Peace, family. In case y'all don't know, my name is God Universal Allah. 2020, we made a promise to our nation. This is 2023. We dealing with what are the prescribed laws of Islam to the said person out of the village. Civilized is uncivilized. But the law prescribed for us that we have responsible for the youth. 23rd, people in the nation need to do it. Build the youth. The story I read in the history that I got from my big brothers was that old man Justice told a story how he met Allah. Allah said, the Muslims and the Christians clean up the adults. I'm going to clean up the youth. I've been involved in many committees, the jail lawsuit, the prison, Born King, a lot of things that have been on out here. It's draining. It's draining. I just turned freedom at a cipher. Last year, I was understanding born, I was focused on taking the devil into hell and off our planet. So I made it possible, and now I'm dealing with peace and happiness. So what we doing is we want to be focusing on the youth. That's it. We don't want to be involved in any quarrels because we love everybody. If y'all got kids, y'all bring them. The youth office consists of 5 individuals. Myself, my name is God Universal, I just said. I'm going to let them introduce themselves. Peace, God. Peace, God. God Smith, Skin Law, back here.
Wisdom as the activation of an ID, start, because knowledge is those who know what place and deserve to understand. One is to be brought into existence. What brings things into existence in a complete form, entire curriculum that we have been dealing with for the last 3 years. We have a open nose trip, we have a open nose retreat that we do every single year. We have a rally that we do, and we have a rally that we do, we have a dinner that we do barbecues. Some of y'all have seen us in front of the school doing barbecues in the summertime. So this is what we're here to do. Every single parliament, we are going to have activities for the babies in the gym. Please bring the babies. please bring, because we're gonna have activities, that's what the word is bond, and that bond is life. So we're gonna always have activities in the general parliament for the day to speak.
These names a lot different.
Please, I come in the name of Just Understanding the Law, for the black community, along with C-Hun. We represent the youth office out in that part of the land. I cover the kids in the youth of my community to do better. I had hands experience at a smoothie shop. My grandmother suffered from AIDS and HIV, so I was bringing in a lot of fruits and veggies. So I was already into the science of good food and good medical food as well. So I understand the condition of what we need to do for the day and
And it's working because these brothers are multiplying. His queen no lesson, his young God they true born, true power. And it's just beautiful. You know what I'm saying? It's beautiful. I had mine myself when I was 13. And it was nothing like what I see how it is now. Even the lessons that I had to renew my history. When I say renew my history, go over and change my foundation and fix it. And I want to thank my queen, God Supreme. Where you at? Oh, Black Supreme, all that. Oh man, but all our big brothers that was there for giving us the support. Because they come in different angles. Rasheem gives us all the politicians, the political support and ideas. God Supreme tells us the foundation. Maxine Shamgar gives us a lot of resources. And, you know, we're nothing without our older brothers. So I love y'all. We're nothing without our older brothers. We love y'all. We're going to be in the gym.
Peace, I'm on that over there. We done with this reform. My duty and my part of the city is to make sure that this life, this culture is alive. Make sure that it's alive. It's out. Continue to be a teacher. Continue to be a kid. Sometimes it's not what you say. You have to keep that little attention everywhere. I mean, most attention that I get that, being a father. That's a great time that I could have. My children, they can teach kids. I mean, you already know that. Just out to the home. You already know. You need to problem solve it, protect yourself. You got to teach our neighbors to be that. Be that, you can be men. They be men, they come around, they go up and be God. You be the man, you got to take that. You got to be able to around, you got to be able to procreate. And basically,
And the God mentioned something to me about spending money for us being the first to say here. Listen, it's too many men in this nation that need to come out their pocket. I don't want to use another word, so I'm going to excuse myself. But we as young men, elder men, and fathers of this nation, you come out your pocket for this nation. If you got $1, you drop it off at the door. It ain't about you, it's about this nation. See, and I'm going to show you something else. See, Yaku did not build prison houses for his people. We were not his people. Yaku was an original black man, but we were not his people. Yaku people were the doctors, ministers, nurses, and teenagers. They were the ones who went according to his law. If not, they paid with their lives for every law they broke. So understand your lessons. We are teachers, okay? Let's get this right. When this nation needs something, we come through as men, as fathers, as gods.
Peace.
And I'm here to share today's mathematics wisdom. Highest form of wisdom is to act. Make it complete. Update for Harry Tubman. Formula. Yes.
Okay? January, still haven't heard from Principal Gavin. But the good news is, we have a great relationship that we continue to develop with Cynthia Barnes, Principal of PS92. So moving forward, we will continue to be able to use this school to provide universal departments and show and prove if necessary. So Harriet Tubman is still on the table. However, we're going to make sure that we have a place that's secure for us. All right? Now, moving on to the next piece, to talk about the law school development process, idea, and concept, and to let you know how the decision making is being made, and for clarity. So, the five brothers, Tamari, Rashid, Black Justice, Beloved, myself, the way we continue to work is still vetting, doing the research, doing the grinding, and then the law school record board. So the five that does the research and ideas, even possibly some negotiations, right? But he don't sign off. That's not checks and balances. It's going to be a law school record board. Now, moving forward, it is clear that the law school board of directors needs to be developed. It's not going to stay as is. Okay? So, how that's going to work in terms of the process, along with other things as far as this whole project, is that it's called focus groups. Whenever you do research, you have focus groups for people to add on, to add their ideas. That's how you do Jason's contribution. That's how it's not isolated. Exactly. That's how it's not separated. It's one mind. And how you do that through the process of focus groups. The strategy and the process of how that's going to happen is we're going to use the using of blessing of technology. We're going to utilize the idea of the Zoom call, and it's called breakout rooms, right? And we're going to have the people who have expertise in those particular areas to lead in that discussion for people to come on and add on. Those areas are going to be education, school design, a focus on vetting and developing the law school board of directors, and then fourthly, how that commercial space should be used for the law school development. Because as we continue to learn, it's an idea called a performer, where one part of the project pays for the rest of it. It's just, what are we going to decide we're going to do to allow it to pay? A lot of ideas suggested, but again, 5 of us are just stepping up, taking the idea and doing the work, but we know it does not end with us because it didn't begin with us. It began with our law, and as his sons, as men, we decided to do something and stop waiting for somebody to drop down to do the work that we know we need to do. I am a principal with my doctorate. I would be an idiot not to lead the education process. Would you not agree? So, if we have these expertise, we need to use them. Doesn't mean we're better than anybody else. Doesn't mean it's just us. But we got to step up and lead. Because if we don't, we're fools. Okay? So again, we go to the process again, so everyone's clear. The 5 of us will grind, will research, develop, right? Even possibly negotiate if it's needed, right? But just know this, even when it comes down to vetting the architect, right? Which we're getting close to, we let the guard ride on from Mass, who is an architect that many of you know, right, for years. He's the one who led us in that, because he has the expertise in that craft.